I'm Tim Vincent and this is How to Pay, the game show where four strangers must work together as a team to try and win their share of £250,000. But along the way, they'll each have to overcome their own personal hell for any incorrect answers they provide. Time to meet tonight's players.
Hi, I'm Frankie, I'm a salesman and I'm from Bedford.
Hi, I'm Layla, I'm an environmental researcher and I'm from Maidenhead.
Hi, I'm George, I'm a copywriter, originally from Edinburgh, now live in London.
Hello, my name's Joe, I work in a vintage comic shop and I'm from Chiswick.
Well, I'm going to wish you good luck, but that's the niceties over. You will either survive as a team or fail as individuals. You will now face 10 questions. If you answer all of them correctly, you could be sharing a pot of £250,000, but if you answer any questions incorrectly, you could be facing a forfeit. Everybody understand?
Yep.
Yes. Well, enough chat. It's time for question one.
But Hell to Pay isn't quite what it seems, especially for this man, Frankie Lawrence. Because actually his fate rests entirely in this secret studio, in the hands of these, his friends and family. And that's because everything else and everyone else in Hell to Pay is totally fake, constructed purely to stretch Frankie's personality to its limits. Watch as we find out just how well his mum, dad and best mate truly know him, here in Secret Studio. Hello, I'm Alice Levine and welcome to Secret Studio, where tonight we'll be spending some quality time with Jessie, Claire and Jamie whilst they get all judgmental about their son and best mate, Frankie. Right now, Frankie's just over the other side of this wall being prepared to play our game show within a game show, Hell to Pay, completely oblivious that we're even here. Hello, Frankie's family.
Hello.
Hello. So the reason you're here is to predict Frankie's actions. Hell to Pay is just kicking off over the wall right now, and I think we should hear from the man himself.
Okay, stand by, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Question one. Which of these cities is furthest from Big Ben? Could it be London, Leeds, Paris, or New York? Time has started. Please select the answer that you think is correct.
So we've been kind and given the team a nice, simple starter question.
Ben, the clock in London, right?
We are talking about the clock, you're fine.
Okay.
Not my mate Ben, who lives in Canada.
So unanimous? Are you convinced
Think
it's
so.
New York?
Yeah. If we're sure that America's further away than France is, I think we're safe.
Yep. Right. I can tell you it wasn't London, it wasn't Leeds, and it wasn't Paris, so you were correct. Congratulations. Please make your way back to the podium. £25,000 better off. Let's get ready for question two.
Okay, hold it there, please.
So that's Frankie and his three fellow contestants, or actually his three fellow actors, because they're there as our puppets. We are going to be manipulating them. The main thing is, though, how is he going to take being the mark, being involved in this hoax?
I'd like to think he can laugh at himself, otherwise I might not be getting a lift home tonight.
Well, I'm just relieved that it's you three that will be in trouble, not me. Maybe we should reserve judgment a little, because we're going to be cranking up the heat in the Hell to Pay studio quite substantially. But for now, it's time for your first dilemma, friends and family. Well, in this first dilemma, we'll be putting Frankie's willpower to the test. The team are about to be set question 3 of Hell to Pay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, team, you're all still in play. Time for question 3. Fictional presenter Alan Partridge originally hails from which part of England? Could it be Lancashire, Essex, London, or Norwich? Time to start.
So, Frankie's specialist subject is Alan Partridge.
Yes.
So I think it would be fair to say he would know that he's from Norwich.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Our actors are going to try and convince him and persuade him to answer London. How easily swayed do you think he'll be?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So, Jessie, you're up first. £5,000 is at stake here. There are two options. Do you think Frankie will cave to pressure and answer London, or will he stick to his guns and answer Norwich? Discuss amongst yourselves which way do you think it will go. Ultimately, though, Jesse, the answer is up to you.
Is it mine? Right. I'm convinced he will not buckle.
It's his specialist subject, so yeah, he's
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, and
got
his
it.
arrogance will come through on that one.
Exactly.
Alan Partridge is his subject.
Jesse, so is it A, he will cave under the pressure, or B, he won't? I'd like you to vote secretly now. It is worth £5,000 potentially. Thank you very much. Well, I think we should see what happens next.
Your time has started, so please select the answer that you think is correct.
Remember, our actors are going to do everything they can to convince Frankie to answer London.
We have a London-Norwich divide. George, why are you going for London?
Well, I've heard of Partridge, and I think instantly you think of Norwich, but the wording of the question, if I'm not mistaken, is originally from, and it's been easy couple of questions.
Does he look sure to you?
No, he doesn't, does he?
I'm thinking maybe originally. I'm going to go over here with
There
George.
we go. Okay, so I think
Now it's 2 versus 2.
you're a big Partridge fan?
Yeah, we both are. Yeah, we adore the
I
man.
just think it's too easy to say Norwich.
Remember, the character hated London because he originally came from London, and the question does say originally. So this could be one of those. This is
He's going to get
He's
persuaded.
under pressure. He doesn't like this. Does he not deal well with pressure, Claire?
Oh, he deals very well, but he has never dealt with so much money before.
Still, I'm still going here. I'm just.
Too easy for Norwich.
Good lad.
Good, you stay there, you stick there.
mention about the interview that he said it was originally from London. So
I see where you're coming from that, but
Oh, Frankie, you're going to lose us the money in this one, man.
I'm not.
Frankie.
No.
Come on, man.
There's £15,000 at stake.
it's a lot of money.
Now you said it, I'm 70-30.
He's 70-30. I think he could be swayed.
If I go over there, we might be out the game completely.
I don't think we will be.
And
I
you
think
two are
we're
not-
absolutely
I'm not convinced.
certain.
I'm just thinking if you're right, it's more money.
I just can't. I can see where you're coming from. I think.
I feel like he's biting his tongue. He's trying to be polite. It is early on.
Come on, he's
It's
got the
gonna be
knowledge.
London.
I'm pretty sure it's about the wording of the
Frankie,
question.
it's London.
10 seconds.
I'm not.
It's London.
He said that very sure.
Yeah.
Have some
Come
guts.
on.
Come with us. Come on.
Have
Get
some
him. Go and
guts.
get him.
Come
Go
on.
and get him.
I can't. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Time is finished. OK, you are locked down to your answers. 3 of you have gone for London. Frankie has gone for Norwich. But who is right? You could have lost them £15,000, Frankie. The studio has told us that it is not Lancashire. It is also not Essex. So, 3 of you could be winners. 1 of you could be a winner. Who's it going to be? It is London. What? Not Norwich.
That's ridiculous.
So 3 of you could please make your way back to the podium. Frankie,
Remember, we are manipulating
was
everything.
originally-
If we want an answer to be right, Jamie, calm yourself. I know you love Alan. You've got it right. Don't worry.
But he's going to be so confused.
You can imagine how confused he must be. So £5,000 on the line for us. So you voted secretly, Jesse. We should reveal whether you were right or wrong. Will Frankie cave under the pressure? He didn't, but what did you answer? You said he wouldn't, so you've got £5,000.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
In order to stay in the game, we made Frankie face a forfeit.
This is called a bull shot.
Oh no.
It's bull semen.
After a moment's hesitation, he managed to swallow his pride, keeping him in the game.
I'm not gay though, am I? Not that it's a problem.
The team sailed through round 4,
It wasn't Gypsy. You are correct.
but ran into trouble in round 5 when our actor George deliberately gave the wrong
Not
answer,
Tesco, George.
You don't think?
resulting in him having to face a forfeit.
You have to eat this bowl of live maggots.
Maggots are like the worst thing.
And despite some encouragement from Frankie,
Come on, George. Come on, George. You can do it.
George just couldn't stomach it
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
and was exiled to purgatory. We now rejoin Hell to Pay at the beginning of round 6.
Plus 686 is the international code for which island nation? Britain, Kiribati, Tuvalu, or Nauru? Your time has started, so please select the answer that you think is correct.
It's not Britain.
we know obviously it's not Britain.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know, we're going to have to, you know, 33% chance, you know what I mean? We're just going to have to do it.
Good plan. But remember, every outcome in Hell to Pay is under our complete control.
It's true, but safer.
Well, time is up. Let's see what the studio tells us. It wasn't Britain. It wasn't Kiribati. And it wasn't Tuvalu. Layla, congratulations. Nauru was the correct answer. Please make your way back to the podium. Frankie, Joe, you have provided the wrong answer, so you now have to do the walk of shame and join me over here at the podium. This is called Phone Call Home. One of you has to ring up and either speak to the mother or leave a message on the answer phone explaining that there's been some problems with the police and an incident.
Okay, hold it there, please, folks.
So it's about time for our second dilemma. This one is worth £10,000. So our actor, Joe, and Frankie are in the forfeit zone after answering a question incorrectly. So we've set this up. One of them must do the forfeit to save the team £80,000. The challenge that he will have to take on is calling you, Claire. He'll have to tell you he's in hot water because he's had a bit of a nasty situation with a drug dealer. So either he or Joe has to do this. Claire, this time the dilemma is up to you. £10,000 is what this is worth. There are two options, very simple. A, he will make the call, or B, he will not. So do you think he'd kind of worry you, stress you out, make you feel sick to your stomach?
I think he will.
Definitely. I think.
No,
He'd do it for nothing.
I entirely disagree. No, he wouldn't. No, I think he realises he's given us enough stress. I won't go into the stories, Alice, but I don't think so.
But ultimately, this one is up to Claire. OK, so A, he will make the call to you, or B, he will refuse to make the call. In secret, please.
Right, I think that's pretty easy.
OK, I think we should go back to Hell to Pay and see what he does.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Which one of you is going to do it? I only need one of you to do it, but you're playing for both of you to get back into the game.
Well, so I'm still living with my mum. I've just announced that on TV. And she's just retired. If you met my mum, Tim, sorry, mum, you'd understand.
What about your mum, Frankie?
Well, this will be the 10th time. No, I'm joking.
She's used to these phone calls.
No, to be honest, she would, she wouldn't be that happy. But hey, if you don't want to do it, Joe, I'll give it a bash.
Oh, you little snake. Oh, blimey.
Well, that's fantastic, because if you do it, you're both playing to get back into the team. I have a script for you to read out. It is quite racy. Is your mum still going to be happy with this?
She's not going to be happy, no. Not at all. I know she won't.
But you're still happy to have a go?
I'll give it a go, yeah.
He's not even reluctant.
What a callous little so-and-so.
Frankie, here is your script. Have a quick read through of that. We're now dialing the number. I'll be told when... Here we go, Frankie. We need conviction as well.
What's going through his head right now?
I might die of a heart attack.
Does your mum normally pick up?
Normally, she's just doing part-time work at the moment, so...
Welcome to the Tesco mobile messaging service.
You're not off the hook, you still have to leave the message.
Is unable to take your call. Please leave your message after the tone. To re-record your message, press hash at any time.
Mum, I've got myself into a bit of trouble. Don't worry, but some guys owe me a bit of money. Well, they've been round this morning to rough me up a little bit. I'm okay, all right? But I think they might be coming over to your house to get more money. Can you please call me as soon as you get this?
That's actually quite convincing.
Frankie, I think the studio's either going to go red, it's gone green. Obviously, that was an Oscar-winning performance. Not only are you back into the team to win more money, but I think you need to ring up and get yourself an agent. Give him a round of applause, Frankie.
Claire, how do you feel about that?
It's not very nice, is it?
It's not very nice at all. I think we should reveal whether you guessed correctly. He did, of course, make the call, but is that what you said? For £10,000, Claire, do you know your son as well as we hope you do? Will Frankie make the call to you? He will. You did guess correctly. Well done. He did sell you down the river and almost give you a heart attack, in theory. I don't think that that was as an easy decision as you may have thought. Check out his conversation with Layla.
To be fair, when I was younger at school, I was a little bit naughty, and there was a few little circumstances,
my mum would have been cool. If it was just me on my own, I would have done it.
I think as well my mum knows I've been proper sketchy about where I am today, so she's not stupid.
Yeah.
Well, at least I don't think she is. She's got to kind of realise that.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah, she's quite gullible though.
Well, I think that's fair to say that he wasn't being completely callous. He maybe thought that you wouldn't fall for it.
He's very good at letting himself off the hook.
Well, you don't need to worry, Claire, because he's the gullible one, because he's here today and we're in Secret Studio, so the tables have been turned. Well, Frankie and the team are about to move on to a particularly tricky question, but that's mostly because we've completely invented the answer. But luckily it seems Layla has got that answer, quite literally. Let's take a peek into Hell to Pay, where we join Layla and Frankie during a short recording pause before question 9 begins.
Oh, that's great.
Well done, Joe. Superb.
Yeah, man.
So this is our actress, Layla, and she's planting the seed that she actually knows the answer to this question.
I saw the answer to the next question when I went to the toilet on her sheet.
She's seen it on a piece of paper that she wasn't supposed to be aware of, so she's actually cheating.
Stand by on the studio floor, please.
That's taken you by surprise, hasn't it, Claire?
Yes, it has. I'm speechless for once in my life.
What do you think his instinct is? So Layla's presented him essentially with a chance to cheat. What do you think his first thought is?
I think if he doesn't know the answer, then obviously he's going to go with her. But if it's something that he knows the answer to, then...
But you don't think he'd have a moral dilemma with cheating in itself?
I'd like to think he would, because that would be my moral dilemma, but I'm not convinced.
This dilemma is worth £20,000 if you get it correct. So, Jamie, A, will he follow the cheat that is Layla, or B, will he not be tempted to cheat?
I think he probably will.
I think so.
I think he's got to.
I feel like this is the most character-defining dilemma so far. Is he the kind of person that would be dishonest, or is he the kind of person that would take the moral high ground?
As his mum, I'd like to think there's a lot on his conscience here.
There's a lot of money at stake, though, so maybe that would be enough to tempt him.
He's a good boy.
Ultimately, this answer is up to Jamie. So you voiced your thoughts and feelings there, Claire, as have you, Jessie, but Jamie, it's up to you. Is it A, he will cheat, or B, he won't cheat? Cast your vote now, please. Right, let's head over the wall and join Tim.
Well, I'm sure you can do the maths. You're up to £100,000. Are you feeling confident, nervous?
Confidence, I think.
Layla, what about you?
I'm feeling fairly confident.
Good luck. Question 9. Where in the body would you find the alternode? Is it the kidney, the ear, the liver, or the brain?
So don't forget, Layla has claimed she knows this answer 100%. She's seen it written down, and all Frankie has to do is follow her lead.
The time has started. Please select the answer that you think is correct, the alternode. We have liver, brain and kidney. Why have you gone for liver, Layla? You were quite confident there.
Yes. I still live with a medical student, and we often help each other revise.
You play doctors and nurses, basically.
So she's got a convincing backstory. She said she revises with her housemate.
He's standing pretty close. I think he's going to get persuaded.
That's a very convincing argument, but you still think it's brain, Frankie?
Initially I thought it was brain, but now I know that Layla's into doctors and nurses. I'm tempted to go over there now.
You're tempted to go to the liver side?
Join me in the liver.
I think I will.
Oh, that's awful.
There it
How
is.
disgusting.
At the very last minute, he stepped over the line and he followed Layla's lead.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm not disgusted. I think that's true to form.
I think it's true to form, but it's not what I wanted to see.
OK, I think it's time to reveal, Jamie, Does your answer correlate with what happened? Did you say he will or he won't? You said he will cheat, and that he did. I can't believe we're high-fiving over the fact that your son has no moral backbone, Claire. Come on now. But there's money involved. I think it's fair to say that you guys know Frankie very well. You have managed to bank £35,000 so far.
Oh, well done.
In a moment, we'll head back over the wall where Frankie will have secured his team's safe passage into the finale. In the finale, one big final forfeit would seal the team an equal share of £110,000. But in a twist, Tim will give him a really big predicament. Let's watch.
I think we're not 100%. I think we've just got to stick to it.
Remember, Frankie believes the team's £110,000 rests entirely on this final question.
I think we're best sticking to...
Play it safe.
Yeah, play it safe, yeah.
So you're happy just to split it across? You've got more of a chance of winning, but less money. OK, time is out. We're going for Burberry, Chanel and Gucci. I can tell you that the studio has informed us that it is not Chanel. It's also not Burberry. OK, it's down to you, Frankie, right to the very end on the final question. It's either Lacoste or Gucci. It is not Lacoste. Gucci was correct. Congratulations, Frankie. But commiserations to you two. Fortunately, you now have to join George in purgatory. Frankie, can you also make your way to the podium, please? Well, congratulations, team. You've reached the finale, where just one final forfeit separates you all from winning some life-changing money. But Frankie, as you're the last one standing, How to Pay is going to give you one last chance to add to your own personal total at the expense of your teammates. One option is to share, which means that you and your teammates may walk away with an equal share of prize money. Your alternative is the steal option. So you alone could walk away with today's total prize fund, but leaving your teammates with nothing. It's important that you keep your thinking totally to yourself at this stage. Do you understand?
Yes, Tim.
I'm just going to give you some help on your decision. Joe wrote in his application, I'd spend the winnings on sending my mum to see her elderly sister in New Zealand for one last time. Layla was the strongest performer on the team, but then again you'd be sharing money with George, who couldn't even conquer his little fear of maggots for the team. Now, whatever you decide, the choice is entirely yours.
OK, hold it there, please, folks. OK,
well, you've now seen Frankie presented with the ultimate predicament by Tim. He has two very simple options. What will Frankie do? Will he share or will he steal? This question to you guys here in Secret Studio is worth £30,000 to add to your £35,000 that you've already banked. How well do you know him? Would Frankie share or would he steal? We're going to take the majority verdict on this, so no conferring. Vote now, please. OK, that's it. There's no going back. There is nothing more for us to do. Well, I think we should see what happens next.
Coming back in 3, 2, 1.
Make a decision in your mind, but do not share it with anybody else, because we have 3 people here who might just be able to influence your choice. Now let's see the other players.
Hi, Frankie. My name's Alice, but you probably recognise my companions. We've got your mum, Claire, your dad, Jesse, and your best friend, perhaps no more, Jamie.
You look very shocked.
This is well weird.
We have been loving watching your progress through Hell to Pay from our secret studio just here. The whole thing has been constructed by us, so your fellow contestants are actors, and your friends and family have been trying to guess how you would act during the entire game show, and they've managed to pot you a potential £65,000 in the process.
Earlier, your family predicted whether you would share or steal. You need to match their prediction to win the money. I know you're still in shock, but I would like you to go back and make your final decision. Off you go.
This is entirely based on what your family think you will have answered.
They know I'm selfish.
The studio will turn either red or green. Red and you have lost all the money banked. Green, and you've won the entire £65,000.
Lens Studio, please reveal tonight's outcome. Successfully predicted that his family thought he would steal. I think it's finally time for you to either hug or say something to your family.
Thank you.
Well, Frankie successfully predicted that his family thought he would steal and walks away with £65,000. This has been How to Pay.
But of course, this has really been Secret Studio all along, the game show within a game show which asks just how well your family and friends truly know you.
Thank you, guys.